Hi all, welcome to today's tutorial on vegetation scatter options. We will cover all of the different ways to place vegetation into the scene so that you can pick the workflow that works best for you. We will walk through library object placement, the replace object feature, and population tools including paint, scatter, area, and pattern features. We will run through each of these quickly, but feel free to dive in deeper to each method using the resources in the video description. By the end of this tutorial, you will be aware of various ways you can place vegetation so that you can pick which works best for you and your workflow. Let's dive in. First off, we have the various ways you can place vegetation from the library. Let's do this for the trees. You can select the asset you would like to use and start placing it by clicking in the scene. Each time you click in the scene, it will give the asset some variety with rotation and scale. If you wanted a variety of plants, you can hold Shift down on your keyboard to select multiple assets, and then once again, click to place them in the scene. It will randomly place plants from the ones you have selected. Now, if you wanted to change any of the placed assets in the future, no problem. Simply select the plants in the scene graph. You can use Shift to select all of them in the scene graph. Right-click, select Replace Object. Now drag and drop the new asset into the right-hand side. Now hit Start Replacement, and Twinmotion will swap those out for you. Next, we will take a look at a new feature in Twinmotion that is great for quality grass, and that is 3D grass, which was made available in Twinmotion 2025.1.1. This can be found in the library under Materials and 3D Grass. With the 3D Grass material in Twinmotion, you can instantly add photorealistic three-dimensional grass to objects and surfaces in your scene. It can be applied to large or small surfaces down to 4 centimeters by dragging the material from the library to the scene and selecting one of the customizable grass types. The grass accurately follows surface contours and is regenerated every time you update your model. It includes an underlying soil layer, which will display when the angle of the surface is below a spawn angle that you can control, creating a natural pattern of growth. Now let's cover the more advanced vegetation options in the Populate tab. To open this up, select Populate at the bottom of the screen. Now on the right-hand side, select Place to see the 4 different ways to populate the scene: paint, scatter, spacing, and area. Let's take a look at paint first, which allows you to paint vegetation onto geometry in the scene. When you select Paint, a box will appear for you to drag and drop your assets of choice. You can drag and drop trees, grass, megascan assets. Once you have your selected assets, you can pick your diameter down below and start painting. Make an error? No worries. You can always remove parts by hitting the Erase button on the right-hand side and erasing the painted assets. Next, we have Scatter, which applies assets to a plane in the model. Let's do this for the grass. Now this is similar to the paint option. Pull up Populate once again, select Scatter, and let's drag and drop our grass assets in. Once you have your chosen assets, select the assets you want to place on the plane. This can be one or all of them. Then select the Scatter tool with the plus button at the bottom and start clicking on the plane you would like to add the asset to. You'll see the object generate throughout the entire plane. To add more, keep clicking. To see less, you can select the minus button and then click on the plane. If you want to remove specific assets, select the Eraser button, and then similar to Paint, you can erase the assets you want removed. Next, in the Populate tools, we have the Spacing tool, which applies vegetation or objects along a spline. Once again, drag and drop your assets into the box. This time, to place them in the scene, select the pin icon and start drawing a spline. Each time you click in the scene, it adds a node. To end the spline creation, you can hit the right-hand mouse button. From here, if the assets don't automatically apply, you can select Update here to see them populate. Now below, you have many different options you can edit. Last but not least, from the Populate tools, you have the Area tool. The Area tool allows you to draw an area that will be populated with your assets of choice. Let's use it to replant this planter here. Very similar to all the rest of the tools, you can drag and drop your assets in the box. Use the Pin tool to draw a spline around the area you would like to fill. Each click adds a new node. By right-clicking, this will automatically connect the spline endpoints for you. Now on the right-hand side, select Update. If you do not see anything at first, that's just because the spacing may be too large for the area. You can move this slider down to see more pop up. Similar to the spacing tool, you've got a lot of settings you can control to curate your vegetation here. And that wraps up the scatter options for you. Pick your favorite to really speed up your workflow. If you would like to learn more about each type, you can find additional resources in the video description. Enjoy your world building experience. Thank you for joining.